They're finally here. The Larry and David Show, starring Larry Fry and the king of TikTok, David Bronstein. Hey, David, how are you?
Hi, Larry. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, too. Nice to see you, too. So we're going to do the news again.
I love
Everything that's been happening in the last 2 weeks. We're going to do summaries. And let's start with the first topic. That Wagner boss in Russia who got assassinated. Well,
Yes.
They claim he got assassinated. Anyways, that's the big question. You know who he is. You know who this Wagner guy is.
He was working for Russia against the Ukraine, correct?
Well, it wasn't just the Ukraine. He does. He's basically a paramilitary force, okay, and assigned by Putin and to do basically all the dirty work that he doesn't want the Russian soldiers to do. Okay. Apparently, he had a long history with Putin. He actually was Putin's chef at one time.
He's a general and a chef?
Well, he was a chef first. And then, I don't know, there were some wheeling dealings, and he started opening up a bakery, and he was selling food to everybody. Anyway, he made billions. Billions!
I love this guy! Yeah, he made billions selling cake?
Well, you know what? His plate went down, so you may have a little bit of an opportunity.
Thank you.
So, anyways, we got basically what happened was he organized a coup. I believe it was sometime in June against Putin to take over the government, and somehow it just fizzled out. So Putin obviously wasn't happy about that. So he said to him, he says, "All right, you're giving up the coup. Why don't you go live in St. Petersburg, Russia, and we won't bother you?" It was like one of these, "Oh yeah, we won't bother you."
Let's just agree to disagree, my friend. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. He went to St. Petersburg, Russia, and Putin turned around and said, he said he was going to leave him alone. But now the question is, why did his plane that he was flying in go down, crash? Point is, so he was doing a lot of work for Putin, nasty work that Putin didn't want the Russian army to do. In fact, Putin gave him a contract to kill Zelensky, assassinate him in the Ukraine at the beginning of the war, but that never happened. Anyways, that was it.
Reported to be carrying the Wagner leader Yevgeny Prigozhin. Coming 2 months after he launched a mutiny against Russia's leader Vladimir Putin, he was widely seen as a man on borrowed time. As footage started to emerge on social media of the crash, CNN's open source team began piecing together what happened. The aircraft associated with Prigozhin is RA02795. It makes frequent trips between Moscow and St. Petersburg. CNN geolocated the main crash site to here, and you can see the same tail number visible.
It'd be surprising that he is, because Putin still needs him. Well, he's still going to be the boss, but under a different name.
Is that a disguise?
Oh, this new news is out there. He's a
He's
blonde over the hair clip for men. Okay, and this is the unseen video. This is actually the video of him. All right? Where after he's supposed to be dead, they found him alive. Putin
Yes,
wants
I'm
to
here.
be wants him to stay alive, but he has to save face. Putin's got to save face. So, put it this way: if he doesn't throw his muscle around and saying, he didn't kill him, then everybody else is going to take advantage of him. Do you hear about this?
Do you know that?
Crystal Hefner,
Yes.
Hugh Hefner's wife, latest wife, who was 37 years old, talks about her husband before he passed away. He took so much Viagra it made him deaf. Played by buddy Crystal Hefner, 37, describes the hell of
that what
living with her
happened?
late husband. So, this is like you, David. Andrea talks to you, and you say, "What?" National Institute have published a study quietly released in the spring suggesting N95 COVID masks may expose wearers to dangerous levels of toxic compounds linked to seizures and cancer. So you're damned if you do. If you don't wear the mask, you're going to get COVID, you're going to die. If you wear the mask, you'll wind up getting cancer. You'll die slowly. Well, the N95 specifically only allowed 5% penetration. So 95% of all microparticles would not get exposed to the mask. But some of the manufacturing fibers, whereas plastics and microfibers, are what you're inhaling. Like doctors or primary healthcare employees that were wearing these N95s, all right, to get maximum protection. What happened was they didn't wear it for like a half an hour. They wore it all day long, 6 to 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, whatever. So all that accumulates in their body. That's number one. Number two, you exhale CO2, carbon dioxide. So what happens if you continuously breathing in carbon dioxide? You become toxic. So you have a CO2 toxicity, and no wonder you're going to get seizures. How about this?
Yes.
Can you imagine going through life, being born with such a nice face like yours, right? And all of a sudden something tweaks in your brain, and then you got to go get, I got to get a tattoo. I got a job as a clown. So you know what? Instead of putting on the makeup all the time, I'm going to get it permanently put on my face. Well, this guy did that, okay? So the story is, a celebrity barber who tattooed his entire face to look like a permanent clown reveals
You have a
he is
picture?
now studying to be a pastor. So what's he going to do? He's going to get a white collar tattooed on his neck. To match, and he's going to come home and his wife says, come on, stop clowning around. The guy's name is Richard Esposito. He's 37 years old. And look what the hell he did to himself. Can you imagine if one of your kids came home looking like that? Unfriggin' believable. Like, what does he do with his mustache, for God's sake? Makes no friggin' difference. Look what he did to himself.
Oh, that's not tattoo?
And he wants to
The
be a
mustache
priest.
isn't a tattoo?
Oh, I see what happened. Over here, he tried to get rid of that facial hair on his neck. Okay, so he got fed up with that and he decided, well, he's Mediterranean. He's got Italian blood. Hairy everywhere, like you, David. Your father probably had to run you over with a lawnmower in the summer.
You're good, Larry. You're very good.
Okay, so anyways, this is what he looked like, and then he wants to be a priest. I really don't. You know what?
You're right. Oh my God.
And they're going to get confused. They're going to see the devil is here. And now this one. Could you friggin' believe this? Kanye West, with everything that has gone, anti-Semitic remarks and losing contracts with Adidas and everything like that. Now he's married again to this. She's from Australia, Bianca Sensori. Okay, so the incident and exposure. Kanye West bears his naked buttocks as he and his wife Bianca Sensori enjoy very good amorous boat ride in Venice in front of a group of gawking tourists. How do you like that? Take a look at this.
Is that his tuchus?
Yes.
What's he doing?
What do you think he's doing? He made her believe that the boat is going down. So he said that he was the pilot. And then she said, well, the pilot's going down. Remember that airplane movie?
Yes.
Well, I got a video clip of it.
Is that what's going on here?
He's getting the automatic pilot up there.
This is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. So apparently the Italian government is looking at banning him. From Italy. But they said you could leave his wife.
Right, yeah, she's pretty.
She's like half his age. Unbelievable. But what he's doing to her is beyond. Like he treats her like a slave. He dresses her up in like almost completely naked, wearing body stocking that are see-through, and he covers her head in veils. It's like a domination type of thing. And he's walking around barefoot in the middle of Florence. or wherever he is in Italy.
What? Okay.
Okay.
Very good. All right. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. He has a lot of cash, and so he can do whatever he wants. Am I correct?
Obviously, and maybe you should go back seeing the psychiatrist.
He gets hot girls, and he tells them to do whatever they want. The girls do whatever they want.
And look at that. He knows that COVID's coming back. He's wearing a mask.
Oh, you're great. Oh, yeah, yes. He's reading the same newspaper as my wife. Right.
Well, he's trying to train as a ventriloquist, so he doesn't want to see his lips moving.
Oh, boy.
Well, hers are.
This picture's on. Oh, you're good. Oh, yeah, you're very, very good. Yes. Okay.
All right. Anyways, there's another one. And how about this one? Tucker Carlson claims Barack Obama enjoyed smoking crack and having gay sex, but nobody reported it ahead of the 2008 election. Well, this is all based on a letter that he wrote to his girlfriend back in, I think they were in college, in 1998, that he fantasized about having sex with men multiple times a day. Barack Obama, your past president. You didn't hear about this?
No.
It's all over the news.
I'm reading the wrong newspapers too. What the? I've been reading crack and mad and famous monsters. I don't know what I'm reading. When is this? Is this recently? Today?
This came out a week ago. A week and a half ago. Mainstream.
So how would if this was a letter that he wrote to his wife? You're saying to his girlfriend at the time?
He wrote it to his girlfriend at the time in 1990s.
And his girlfriend saved the letter?
Yeah, there's a copy of the letter. Here. There's a copy of the letter.
And then he married whoever he married.
Michael. Michelle, sorry.
Yes. And this is not written to Michelle.
No. This was written to his other girlfriend. I don't know how. And this is the guy that they claimed he had a crack party and had sex with. He was apparently running for mayor of some city in Florida. Now, it's his word against somebody else's. But the proof in the pudding is the letter, which was authenticated. What was that joke? Pierre Trudeau and they called the Secret Service in Ottawa because they saw somebody wrote in urine in the snow, Pierre Trudeau's an asshole. In urine, written in front of Sussex Drive. So they went ahead, they did a forensic analysis. They found out that the urine DNA matched one of his Secret Service people. But the handwriting was Margaret's.
Oh, you're terrific. Oh, that's the joke. Why would if this is true that he wrote the letter 100 years ago to some girlfriend for whatever reason, that he liked guys, whatever it is.
Yeah.
First of all, why would he tell a girlfriend that he likes guys? What's that all about?
Because he probably did. I don't know. Maybe he was on crack and the truth was coming out. It was like truth serum.
All right, so why would the girlfriend randomly just posted it or told the world?
We're going to take a look at this. We didn't even know this, but Joan Rivers knew this.
And do you think that the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Anyways, it's coming. I'll just move it along. Move it along. All right. She's an amazing, talented woman.
Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers, yeah.
Yeah, she was great. Fantastic.
I used to do QVC live, and she was there, and she had her two dogs that she had this guy take her two dogs out to pee out of the green room.
Very, very nice.
It was funny. Can we talk?
Yeah, because they're all nuts. What is the outcome? Whoever put this out, do you think the outcome is trying? Here's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
My whole pitch, everything I do all day is make a quick billion, have a lot of fun. So everything I do on TikTok is let's join the Billionaires Club and have a lot of fun. Eat cotton candy and candy apples. That's my MO, whatever you call it. But the haters, when the haters. But the haters, when the haters write bullshit to me and to all these other great content creators, I want to say that, which I was going to do today, is ask what is the outcome that you want when you write hate? What it's not making money because you can't make money writing hate unless you're Hitler or or Charles Manson or something like that.
Right.
So what is the outcome of a hater writing hate? What do they want? It's not so that's the I don't understand the outcome. So what outcome does the reporter, whoever puts this letter out, what outcome do they want out of that deal? I don't understand.
Maybe it's to change the future. Who knows? Maybe Barak's children want to run for president, or maybe Michelle wants to run on a Democratic ticket.
You said to change the future. It's a good line.
Yeah,
you're absolutely yes. Yeah. To change the future. You're right.
Exactly. We don't know.
You're smart.
We don't know. I don't know what the priorities are here. Right now, I don't care.
Right.
It's news. It's news. It's
right.
fun. It's like,
okay.
You know what? She was having sex with him for all these years, and who knows what happens in the bedroom. But you know what? Their chef may have known what happened in the bedroom. Anyways, we don't know. We don't know. It's all speculation. But it's very dangerous to be a chef. Look at Putin's chef. Putin's chef is dead. This one's dead. And Clinton in 2008, his personal chef died as well. Drowned. And believe me, it wasn't because his eggs were running.
Write it down. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
The next. Do you have any more questions about this? What do you think?
No, I don't understand.
What if?
Thing. No, I don't.
What if one day you woke up and Andrea said she was trans?
Yes.
And for the last 38 years, plus your dating history, when you came to the O'Keefe Center and took her to a Fiddler on the Roof, whatever.
Yes.
And now you find out that she was your best friend, a buddy, man.
Yes.
Okay, I won't spread any rumors.
Dave Larry wants to talk to
What?
Eddie and Larry wants to talk to you.
Now, look at this. This is on CNN. Canada warns LGBTQ residents they take risks traveling in the United States due to some state laws. Well, I like to understand what risks.
Yes,
I mean, if you plan on running around naked and exposing your private genitals to 6-year-olds and 8-year-olds, you deserve to be in an asylum.
Yes.
If you're purposely trying to do that, okay? If you're gay, so what? But the straight guards aren't running around naked. The straight women aren't running around naked. Unless they get paid $10 for a lap dance.
I understand.
That's a different story. I mean, it's a restricted area. But sure, if you're going to walk around somewhere in Arkansas, like, look what they did in Toronto. I mean, this is and these children are watching this. I don't have a problem with them being gay. But really, would you want your grandchildren to take a look at that? If you were walking down the street?
But the crowds are so big you can't get to the parade during the gay pride parade. You can't see it anyway. There's so many people on the street.
Dave, if there's cameras, and there's TV, there's YouTube.
Yeah, but there's a lot. What is it? Just men dressed as colorful?
What are you talking about? Andrews, we're taking YouTube videos of you showering.
What I'm saying to you is, 100 years.
Shrinkage. Okay, go ahead.
Years ago, there were smokers. They called them.
Right.
Which, if you watch Mrs. Maisel, did you watch Mrs. Maisel?
Yes.
You know that show?
I loved it.
So, when did you hear Red Fox records? You'd have to go down under in a club, and they would record these Red Fox dirty jokes.
Right. Everything was down under.
Right. So, but now it's a whole new world where porn and so kids seeing guys dressed as girls. It's a lot. There's nothing bad about this, but there's a lot of sex and porn that kids have access to that are not just guys dressed as girls.
But
you know what I'm saying?
kids' parents should be blocking that on their computers or blocking that access. They should not. be forced to be watching this. All right, they shouldn't think that this is mainstream. Okay, they can make their decision when they're 13, 14 years of age.
Yes.
Once they have their bar mitzvah, they can make their choice, but not at the age of 6, thinking, yeah, like that woman in, what was that? Here, how about this?
Yeah, what is that?
Is that normal?
No,
That's a shop teacher in Oakville.
That's a guy?
Yeah, it's a guy. It's a guy. This has been on the news for the last 2.5 months. In fact, he got kicked out of the school, and now he's transforming back into a man. He's got a job in a school in Hamilton, Ontario.
But all right, so he wants it. He feels like he's a woman, whatever it is. He puts on a wig and makeup. But those boobs, where'd they come from? Is that prosthetics? Why?
He grew them, David. He grew them overnight. If you rub them, they will grow.
Oh boy! All right,
unbelievable. He's going to get a job for Nielsen's milk company. It's unbelievable. What would your son say at the age of 12 in shop class, looking at that?
Right, they find it entertaining.
And he didn't lose his job.
He
they
did
would
not
find
lose
it
his job.
entertaining?
My kids would find it entertaining. I would find it entertaining.
Yeah, you're
yes. Yeah, yes.
At your age, I can understand.
So you're saying kids, kids for lack of a better word, under 13. You're saying children, little kids, 12, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, but they're not in shop class, because if a 5-year-old took a saw, I think we have a problem with that.
So those kids just see it as, oh, this guy's dressed as a girl or whatever.
Yeah,
you're saying
it's formal. Mom, I want to dress up like Daddy.
Right.
And I want what he's got down there.
Right, I understand.
Okay? This is a problem. I mean, they can make the decision once they're of age. If they want to transition and change, perfect, fine. All right? They go through counseling and everything. But all these kids that made the change, well, this is a whole other problem. Not even going to get into the politics of it. I mean, it's dangerous. It is a freaking dangerous society right now. A kid at the age of 6 likes to play ball with the boys, stick ball. All right? Let's say they're playing. And she's classified as a tomboy. I knew lots of tomboys when I was growing up, right? Maybe it's a group I was hanging out with. They were like buddies. All right? Now, 2 of them that I still know are the most attractive women I've ever seen. But if they chose it back then to go ahead and go through transition, we would have a big problem. They would have a lot of regret.
So when I had girlfriends who were tomboys, as you say, you're saying in this day and age, the girl that acts like a boy or likes to hang out with boys or whatever it is may think, oh, I'd like to be a boy, a real boy. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. And that's what... Or they decide back then that they want to be a boy. And they go ahead and start transitioning at that particular time. Start taking hormone blockers and everything like that, and testosterone, supplementation. Yeah, and they basically change. And that change at that age is irreversible. Even they say, okay, we're going to stop the hormone blocker, but you've changed it while their body is already going through a biological change that they're supposed to be going through.
Yes, correct.
So once you block that time, you're done. You've changed them chemically for good. Nothing.
You're saying children at that age are making that decision that they want to change?
They are, and they want them to, because they have instructors at schools that are saying, this is the big problem. This is what's happening in the States right now. And I'm sure it's happening in Canada as well.
There's instructors at school?
Yeah, they have guidance counselors. They're saying, yeah, you want to be a woman? Yeah, here, okay. Like, I mean, it's great. I could see you're identifying with that, and that's it. Why don't you go home and take a meat cleaver?
Oh my God, I didn't know this.
Well, no, they didn't say that. They said, we're going to give you somebody else to talk to. So they talk to a psychiatrist who's linked to a surgeon, who's linking to endocrinologists that will go through all these changes for the child and plan a protocol for them. And their parents don't even know about it.
because of the way they're being educated in the schools?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a very unfortunate, very scary situation. Okay, Democrats demand term limits after Mitch McConnell, 81, freezes again. And following 90-year-old Dianne Feinstein's string of health scares. Dianne Feinstein doesn't even know how to vote now in Senate, and she's still occupying a seat. The woman's got end-stage dementia.
I saw the video, and I saw the story that once you get into the Senate, you're in for life, and that's just the way it is.
That's the way it is. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. The only way you leave is in a box.
So anyone else that wants to be part of the Senate, they can't get until somebody drops dead.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
but in other politics, you have to be voted in.
You are voted in originally, but then your term never comes up.
And it's always been like that since 1776. It's the Constitution.
I'm not an American, but as far as I know, yes.
And why do you think? Because I thought all offices of government you're voted into, except you're voted in the Senate and you stay there. Because other positions of government, you're in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, then you have to have an election again.
Supreme Court judges are also like that. You're voted in for life. You are.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Look at Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She finally retired after she took her last breath. That was it. So, that's the way it is, and that's the law, and I have no idea why. I could look it up if you're interested. But you know what? If you're interested, you could look it up too.
So once anything happens to somebody in the Senate here, to this Mitch McConnell, how do you say it? McConnell.
Yeah.
How does somebody get voted in? Does the Senate vote somebody in, or is the public?
I'm not sure exactly what the process is. I'm not sure. Obviously, he's the head of the minority, head of the GOP, the Republican Party, and they would probably want to get another Republican in there.
Right.
And I guess they have a procedure of going through that. I really have no idea.
So what is the call? When I saw the video, he just stands there. What do you think it is?
Well, initially they thought it was a stroke, like a mini stroke.
Yes.
But now they're saying it's probably early onset of Parkinson's. Like, I mean, he's there, and he knows he's there, and he took him like 18 seconds to respond to a question. That's like when I talk to you.
Oh, you're great. Oh, yeah.
The senator freezing after being asked a question.
So, anyways, the situation is, we don't know. I have no idea. They say it's all speculation. I'm not the doctor. Obviously, he's not well, and that's a problem. Obviously, there's something going on, and whether he could function or not, that's another problem.
He was unresponsive for more
are
than
his
30
decisions going to be
seconds.
made unilaterally, but look at who they've got on the Democratic Party. Fetterman for state of Philadelphia. The senator, he had a massive stroke. He could barely put his thoughts together. He wears a hoodie into the Senate half the time.
Yes.
It's not normal. And clearly he is of age, but he's not of mental capacity. Well, I can't make the decision, and I'm not making the decision, but there's people that think that he's not, and there's people that think he is. So, anyway, that's the story. It's too bad. It's too bad. Okay, now, this is yours. I don't know if you want to listen to the whole thing here. I got a clip.
Yeah, it's great.
Sorority girl. Just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories. Number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. To be. We stood up for what was right. We fought for moral reasons. We passed laws, struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged wars on poverty, not poor people. We sacrificed. We cared about our neighbors. We put our money where our mouths were, and we never beat our chests. We built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured disease, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior.
Lower.
All right. But everything he's saying that we used to be and we used to care and that's all true.
But the question is why? Why was it used to be and why is it not now? That's the question. Here's our discussion.
Does he saying this that there used to be the greatest generation? What was that? World War II was the greatest generation?
Right after, because everybody came together.
Right.
Everybody came together. Now,
yes.
America, every Western country is split. When you're split, you can't even get nothing done.
Right.
That's the problem. Okay. So what do you think? I assume what he said is 100%, well, 80% true.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to first of all know who the number one is, the number one country for science, but it's true. Children don't know how to read. They come out of school. All right.
Correct.
That's a huge problem. They know how to play the Game Boys, and they're fat. The children are obese. Obesity, childhood obesity is beyond because all they do is sit around. There's no activity. All right.
Yes. Correct.
And okay, these are minor parts, but the other parts, they can't get together to get a proper teaching education for these children and get a proper role model for these education because the country is split.
Like the South during the Civil War?
Let me put it this way. World War II brought the country together, brought the whole Western world together to fight neo-fascism.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
They didn't worry that their guns were green. Now they're worried that their guns are pink. The world is falling apart. The Western world is falling apart.
Yes.
Children are worried about going through sex change at the age of 6.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. I'm explaining everything. All right. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. And half the world say it's okay. People are living in cardboard boxes in San Francisco. There's no money in San Francisco. In Toronto, in New York, Los Angeles, it's all. And they're bringing more migrants in. What's that city? They were just talking about Wyoming. They're shipping migrants, illegal migrants, up to Wyoming. Apparently, the city of Wyoming, I can't remember the name, had 200 migrants come in, and they're sleeping on the streets, and they're defecating on the streets. They have to use a bulldozer to scrape up and clean off the streets. They better do something before the winter comes.
My friend, I have no words. You know, the show business, the Hollywood and show business that I grew up, that I loved in the 70s, the 1870s, it's not the Hollywood that I know of now. So if I pursued moving to Hollywood to become a big star, which is what I wanted to do, I came to Toronto to become a big fish in a small pond like Marty Short, and then go to Hollywood. If I had done that and missed the kids growing up in school and the soccer games, which I didn't want to do, so I didn't go there to do that, I'm glad. I have no regrets because it's not the show business that I love. I could never imagine it would change to what it is today. I could never imagine what it is today. So I don't know why the world went nuts. So I keep... yeah.
Well, this came up on CNN again. Air Canada issues an apology when 2 passengers were told to sit in their poorly cleaned seat after somebody vomited it on them. Well, yeah, this makes me want to puke. Can you imagine flying from Las Vegas? I don't know where it was going to. It was going Las Vegas back to Toronto, and they made these people sit in a seat that smelled like vomit. And the pilot came to them. They had to get off the plane because they were causing a ruckus before they. And they were already flying at 30,000 feet.
Oh, you're great. You need a snare drum. You need a.
He probably did them a favor. So now they're getting an apology from Air Canada after the fact. They're lucky they got one parachute between the two of them.
That's a great line. The pilot said, "You got to go off the plane." And now we're flying at 37. That's funny. That's very, very funny.
But it's not the only one. There's a Delta flight, okay? But this was a little bit more civilized. Somebody had a massive explosive diarrhea episode on a flight from Atlanta to Barcelona. They didn't even get to Barcelona, and they already got the run. So what do you think about this? What do you think about this, David? This really gives me a shitty taste in my mouth.
They had diarrhea.
Yeah.
Not in the men's room?
All the way down, they were running to the bathroom. This would be great. They're going to change the name from Delta to Depends.
The whole thing's horrible. Nothing makes any sense.
Unbelievable.
It came out of their pant leg and then onto the carpet.
Apparently, they turned the plane around after 2 hours. All right. They called it a biohazard.
Really?
Hello. He called it a biohazard. His wife says he shit in his pants, and that was it.
Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. They had to remove the whole rug from the plane and replace it. Unbelievable. And you know what they did with their rug? They put it on an Air Canada flight.
Oh, you're great. This is exactly what's going on in the world today. This bullshit is a perfect analogy.
Well, the guy got sick, you know. Obviously, it would be nice to know that if he wasn't feeling well, they wouldn't have let him on the plane to start with. So what are they going to do? So Delta's going to change their protocol to get on the plane now. You need a colonoscopy within 8 hours before a flight. Instead of a COVID test, you need a colonoscopy.
She's going to tell me she's transgender. What do you want to tell me? What?
Well, tell her to stop. Okay. Tell her to tell me. All right. So,
You're right. Go ahead.
You know what? Tell her yourself.
Thank you, Larry. You're great. I'll talk to you next week.